Hello and welcome to Dish Shelved with Adam White. Today I'm going to talk about Sakamoto Days by Yuto Suzuki. It's a manga that has been out there's 102 chapters now. I see one just came up. I've been reading it on the Shonen Jump app. I've read at the time all 101 episodes that had come out. Now I'm one behind because I see that a new one's come out, but I'll read it today. But um, this is the first time I'm doing manga, so bear with me. Uh, I think that Yuto Suzuki has done a tremendous job with this manga, Sakamoto Days. It's about a hitman named Sakamoto who uh, is like the best hitman in the world, essentially. And he meets a store clerk at a small little convenience store, and he falls in love with her, and he marries her and buys the store and just becomes domesticated basically. And when she knows about his former life, and she says that he has to agree that there's no more killing. So after people find out about him and how he's left the assassins, it's kind of like an assassins guild. They put a hit out on him, of course, because that's what assassins do. And various assassins come after him, and he has to figure out how to take care of them without killing them because he's promised his wife, and he's got a daughter, that he would not kill anybody anymore. And so the first person he meets up with is Shin, and he is a clairvoyant assassin. He can read people's thoughts. Uh, he's not super good at it. He's a younger guy. I think maybe he said he was 21 or something. Uh, but he can read his mind, so he Sakamoto doesn't say a whole lot. He thinks things, and this guy picks up on it, and so he'll imagine killing him for saying something stupid, and he's like, Why did you imagine killing me again?" And so I mean, there's little moments of humor like that in it too, but the whole thing's really kind of funny. It's an action comedy. Uh, every chapter is about 18 to 20 pages. Like I said, I read 101 of them in a row. When I said I fell down a rabbit hole, I sincerely did because I just couldn't stop reading it. You fly through absolutely through each chapter because it is so fast paced, but there's enough story there to keep you interested, though. It's not just a straight on fighting manga. I mean, there's guns and weapons and all sorts of different stuff that they do. I mean, and Sakamoto can use anything as a weapon, and so I mean, the there'll be an assassin after him with a whole arsenal, and he'll have like a ballpoint pen, and he'll come out on top. I mean, it's no spoiler. I mean, he's the best in the world, but he'll come out on top with like a ballpoint pen or something. So that's just an example of what he does. But there's a supporting cast of characters that kind of grows as the series goes on. Like I said, there's Shin or Sheen, I don't know which, Shin, and he becomes kind of like found family for Sakamoto. And it's not really giving anything away telling you that because that happens fairly early on. He comes to try to kill him, but ends up liking him and is brought in as an employee at his convenience store, and becomes kind of an apprentice to him in life outside of the Assassin's Guild. And there's another one named Lou, and she kind of comes into their family too. And you find out about her backstory, and that ends up in, of course, another fight. And then there's the people that are like part of the Assassin's Guild. It's not called the Assassin's Guild. It's like its initials are the JAA. I think it's like the Japanese Assassin Administration or something like that. But it's a real business like uh, corporation where they run hitmen out of, and it's just really fascinating. They've got several main characters that are from them, and they run a school too. And there's like an old man that looks like he's asleep all the time, but then he'll like, as soon as he pulls his sword, he can like cut a building in half with it. I mean, it's just there's some ridiculous things that happen, but it's all in the fun of the manga. Uh, and then there's a bad guy who wears it looks like a mounted deer's head, and a couple of guys that work with him that are sort of the bad guys, and they're all kind of working at cross purposes to each other, and everybody's wanting to kill everybody else, and then of course you've got Sakamoto in the middle of all of it, trying not to kill, uh, because of what he promised his wife. So it's just really, really funny, really fast paced. Uh, like I said, there's lots of humor. Uh, there's an arc that takes place on a plane that's really cool. Uh, it just has a lot of really interesting things going on with it. And like I said, you speed through the chapters with ease. And it just really, like I said, there was 101 issues of, not issues, uh, chapters of it, and it's been a long day. Uh, but anyway, I read 101 chapters of it at about 20 pages a piece, so that's like 2,000 pages or something, maybe. I don't know. I'm not real good at math, but I enjoyed every page of it. Uh, my only issue would be the last probably 20 or 25 chapters don't have a whole lot of Sakamoto in it. It kind of focuses on some of the secondary characters, which I like, but it's nice to have him in there because he's always really funny and brings something extra to it. But I'm sure he'll be back into it soon enough. But anyway, you can get it on Shonen Jump. Every chapter is available, all 102 now that are on the Shonen Jump app, which I would highly recommend subscribing to because it's only $1.99 a month, and you can read. Like I said, I just read 101 chapters of an issue of a manga, and that I mean that was worth my $1.99 10 times over. Because you can there's about, if you want to buy it in print, I think there's about 5 volumes out, which I don't know how many chapters each would be in it, but uh, there's only about 5 physical books out of it so far. So the only way you can catch up all the way to the beginning is to go to the Shonen Jump app. But anyway, really fun manga, really fun story, lots of interesting characters. They are all nearly superhuman in what they can do, and it just is a really fun read. I also don't have a picture because I read it on my iPad, which won't show up when I show it on the screen. And apparently, when I go try to print out a picture of it, Google Images, which you used to be able to get on and get a lot of cool wallpapers and stuff, apparently now it's capital crime to try to download a picture off of Google Images. So I don't know why they make it so difficult now, but that's why I didn't have any fancy technology to show you a picture of it today. But the art is really good, really solid art, and Like I said, Yuto Suzuki just really did a fantastic job with this. I hope it goes on for a long time. I'm going to definitely read it in its entirety, and now I can read it as it comes out in new chapters come out. But like I said, you can read all 102 right now on Shonen Jump, and I'd highly recommend it. And if you prefer the printed versions, or you can get them on Kindle as well. But I don't know why you would when you could just go ahead and get the Shonen Jump app and read everything you want plus more. So that would be my recommendation. That's my first attempt at a manga review. So hopefully I didn't do too poorly. And I hope you bear with me because I'm probably going to be doing more manga reviews this month. And we'll see how it goes. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will catch you guys next week.